About 120,000 people in Florida were without power after an impactful non-tropical storm had been lashing for 2 days in parts of the state's southeast, with hurricane-force winds and record rainfall that flooded streets. In some areas of Miami, Miami Beach, and Miami Springs, streets were impassable due to flooding. Many trees were uprooted, and tree branches were scattered throughout the streets due to high winds generated by the system. Another powerful storm, named Frederico, hit France with the force of a hurricane, causing major damage and leaving at least 3,500 buildings without power because of the trees that fell over power lines. In the city of Clermont-Ferrand, 4 people were injured after the windows of the tram they were on were broken by wind-blown debris. The storm also ruffled Switzerland, with gusts of 171 kilometers per hour, or 106 miles per hour, uprooting trees that blocked roads and rail lines, and knocked out power in some regions. In the canton of Bern, a 72-year-old motorist died, following a tree falling on his vehicle. The heavy hailstorm, accompanied by strong gusts, that hit the municipality of Zoetermeer, in Santa Catarina state, left a large trail of destruction. More than 100 families were impacted in several communities, in both urban and rural areas, with the roofs of their houses damaged, windows broken, and pine, corn and soybean plantations affected by hailstones that were reaching the size of chicken eggs. In addition to the material damage, several species of birds, including chickens and roosters, were hit and killed by hailstones. The roads of Dubai and Sharjah were flooded after heavy rainfall and thunderstorms hit parts of the United Arab Emirates. Due to extreme weather conditions, residents have been advised to avoid beaches and stay indoors. Traffic and flight operations were also affected in the country due to the weather. A very strong undersea earthquake, with a magnitude of 6.7, hit near General Santos City, near the coast of Mindanao in the Philippines, at 8:14 UTC, at a depth of 78 kilometers, or 48.5 miles. Authorities report 9 fatalities, at least 32 people were hospitalized, more than 500 others had been treated for minor injuries, and more than 12,885 were affected. In addition, at least 826 houses, 118 infrastructure, 16 roads, and 5 bridges have been damaged. At least 21 municipalities were affected by power interruptions, and an earthquake-induced landslide has been reported in Region 11. Schools and working activities were closed in 14 municipalities. A powerful cyclone mid-Hili made landfall and crossed Bangladesh's coast, causing a lot of damage, inundating low-lying areas in many parts of several southern districts, and forcing tens of thousands to relocate. As a result of the cyclone, at least 5 people were killed. 4 of them were members of one family, who died when a mud wall of a house collapsed. An elderly man was killed as a tree branch fell on him in front of his house at Mafuriko village, in Chattogram. Some 14,000 customers lost power in Jamaica as a tropical disturbance moved across the Western Caribbean, bringing heavy rains and winds that downed trees, severed power lines, and caused floods and landslides. At least 24 people were rescued from floodwaters in the island's southeastern region. Heavy rains also hit Haiti, where 2 people died after being swept away by floods in the country's western Grand Anse region. In recent weeks, floods have left at least 115 people dead, including 16 children, and more than 770,000 people have been displaced across the Horn of Africa.
This house has had a toddler.
Unrelenting rainfall across Kenya's northern counties and the capital Nairobi has led to widespread flooding, displacing an estimated 36,000 people and killing 50 others since the beginning of the rainy season, less than a month ago. Across Somalia, 8 children are amongst 32 people who are known to have died in the floods, with more than 456,000 displaced countrywide. In the Gambela, Afar, and Somali regions of Ethiopia, at least 33 people, including 8 children, have died in the floods. Flooding and landslides, triggered by heavy rains in southern Brazil, have claimed at least 8 lives, and 3 more persons went missing over the past week. The fatalities occurred in the states of Santa Catarina and Rio Grande do Sul, where major property damage was reported. Over 31,000 people have been affected, and some 1,600 citizens have been evacuated in the face of flooding. In the 4 hardest-hit cities, the rain that fell in 3 days was more than double what was expected for the entire month of November. The rains and strong winds have also caused problems in the country's most populous state of São Paulo, with gusts exceeding 80 km per hour that knocked down trees in the region. The persistent torrential rains in the southern regions of Brazil also affected the Misiones province in Argentina, swelling the Uruguay River. The subsequent opening of the Chapecó Dam in Brazil caused the river to grow rapidly and advance over coastal cities such as El Soberbio, Albaposse, San Javier, Colonia Aurora, and Ponumbi, forcing at least 250 families to evacuate. Elsewhere in the province, a strong wind and rainstorm destroyed more than 40 homes in different neighborhoods of the city of Leandro NLM and Campo Vieira, in addition to felling trees and causing serious damage to the electrical energy networks. The strongest coastal storm ever recorded swept the Black Sea regions of Romania, leaving at least 60 settlements without electricity and generating 5-meter or 16 feet waves that left many resorts without beaches. The most affected were Constanța and Tulcea counties, where more than 60 cars were damaged, 250 trees were downed, dozens of roofs were torn off by the wind, and boats and sailboats in Thomas Harbour were completely swallowed by the water.
Hello my dear friends, I would like to say thank you to these stunning patrons: Hegab Sergisian, Michael Joseph Wilhelm, Dave and Alana, and web designer. Also, a separate thank you to Leslie Sales for being so much supportive. Thanks a million to all of you guys.